Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья, с вами Серега Гамес, и мы продолжаем играть в НБА 2К14. Что ж, первый тур у нас сыгран в НБА 2К14 сезона 1969-1970, а вслед за этим идет 70-й и 71-й год. Давайте же и поиграем немножко в него. Возможно, тоже первый тур, возможно, может быть, что-то другое. Но смысл в том, что я тут придумал такие вот небольшие чемпионатики. Смотреть, как менялись команды от года в год, как кто-то приходил, кто-то уходил. Довольно-таки, мне кажется, это будет симпатично. Что ж, первый тур сезона 1970-1971 года начинается встречей между Милуоки Бакс и Бостоном Celtics. И давайте поглядим, как же поменялись составы. Ну, во-первых, у Милуоки также все еще играет Карим Абдул-Джаббар. Также играет Дик Гюнингем, Боб Дендридж также играет, Джон МакГлоклин все еще в составе, Грег Смит. Три новичка в 1971 году подписал Милуоки. Это Джефф Вебб, Марв Винкл и Билл Зопф. Ну, такие они практически беспонтовые ребята, наверное, скорее всего. И 4 игрока, которые были приобретены, это Лукас Аллен, атакующий защитник, Боб Брузер, мощный форвард, Маккой Маклмор, также мощный форвард, и, естественно, Оскар Робертсон, атакующий защитник. Довольно-таки сильный составчик у Милуоки, и, ну, по всем критериям должны они занимать первые места. В Бостоне. Что случилось в Бостоне? Дон Чани также продолжает играть. Ханк Финкл, центровой, все еще в обойме. Джон Хавличек, один из лучших игроков, одна из звезд Бостона 69-71 года, в составе Стив Куберский, Дон Нельсон, Том Сандерс и Джоджо Уайт. Также у Бостона 3 новичка. Дэйв Ковенс, центровой, с офигительными параметрами, возможно, будет лучшим центровым в лиге в этом сезоне. Рекс Морган, ну, более-менее игрок какой-то. И Гарфилд Смит, тоже, ну, игрок НБА, давайте так его называть. И 2 человека были подписаны. Это Билл Динвидж, мощный форвард, и Арт Вильямс. Ну, тоже такие игроки, которые уже в 69-м году, в сезоне 69-70 годах выступали за другие команды. Что ж, давайте начинать. Не будем много сусолить-мусолить. Какие-то вот такие вставочки я буду делать на каждую игру. И приятного вам просмотра. Но не забывайте про лайки, про комментарии, оформление подписки. Все ссылки, как всегда, в описании. Увидимся. Погнали НБАшить.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Thursday Hoops. It's the Boston Celtics going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. And now we go out to Milwaukee with Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg.
Ready for action are the Bucks. Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Doris Burke bringing us great reports from the sideline. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for Boston. And for the Bucks, Robertson is out there with McLaughlin. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. Then it's Dandridge, and it's Boozer in at the power forward.
You know, a big part of why the Celtics dropped so much last season was they weren't very good on the road. Ended with a 14-27 record away from home, which was by far the lowest of any team in the East that made the playoffs.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. White against Robertson. He passes to McLaughlin. Back to Robertson. Four on the clock. Pass to Dandridge. The 11-footer hits the bucket. Dandridge has got the first basket of the game for the Bucks. And as you said, Clark, rarely can you win just over a third of your road games like the Celtics did and expect to make the playoffs. And had they played closer to 500 on the road, you know, Steve, there's a good chance they could have ended up as the fifth or the fourth seed.
Well, and in the Celtics case, it wasn't their defense, Kevin. It was their offense that betrayed them when they went out onto the road. They just couldn't win the close games. And some of it was just age and injury. But so many of those road losses from last year just came back to haunt them, and that's why they ended up with that 7 seed.
Now here's White. Kicks it to Havlicek. Back to White. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Robertson against White. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Number 33. He sinks the 11-footer. And here's White. Havlicek outside. Back to White. There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. From the line. And that one's good from Havlicek. Havlicek's got his first 2 points.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. Today, he's pointing to rebounding as being one of the crucial elements of this basketball game. He said we need to bang with them and enjoy it. We'll see if they're having any fun.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And Clark, that speaks close to your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah, without question. That was a strong part of my game was rebounding. So when I was playing, the last thing I ever wanted was for my man to beat me on the glass. That would be unacceptable.
Austin with the ball. Following the bucket by the Bucks. Outside, White. Celtics passing it around. Shot is blocked. White against McLaughlin. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Robertson. Robertson left side. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
The Bucks actually made it back into the playoffs last season, but it wasn't because they were dominant at home. Only 21-20 at the Bradley Center. And those 21 wins were the fewest of any team that played in the playoffs.
First free throw is good. Well, Clark, as you said, the Bucks didn't offer a lot as far as protecting their home court. In the end, it could come back to bite them as they lost 2 in a row on their home floor and got swept out of the playoffs, Steve, by Miami.
Well, that was a pretty tough matchup for anybody, but for Milwaukee, a team that was below 500, that was near impossible. But look, it was a struggle for the Bucks. We expected that, but getting to the playoffs was an accomplishment. We'll see if they can build on that this year.
Both free throws good from Robertson.
You know, it's always strange to see how a team will react when they lose one of their biggest stars. Last season, the Celtics were thought to be dead in the water when Rondo tore his ACL, but they actually rallied and went on the winning streak after the injury.
Great positioning on the putback.
Excellent work to turn that miss into 2 points on the tap-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them.
And great instincts, too. You're just anticipating where the ball is heading. Great job there, beating everybody else to the ball.
Here's Dandridge. After the basket by Boston. Passes to McLaughlin. From deep. No good. And it's Boston the other way. Well, Clark, as you said, with Rondo and the Celtics, they would go on to win the next 7 right after his injury. And overall, Steve played better than expected the rest of the way.
Sometimes that's the way these things go, Kevin. A star player goes down, everybody else kind of steps up, and instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they use it as a rallying cry. And all those role players for Boston really picked up the extra slack, and I thought they made a great push to end that season after the Rondo injury.
Now Robertson. John Havlicek missing from long range. To the middle. Layup off the pin. And he sinks the layup.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. Boston making a switch here. Celtics trail by 4. Outside, White. Now the pass to Morgan. Havlicek outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by McLemore. Robertson against White. Shoots off the screen, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
So it's Boston now. They trail by 6. Pass to Morgan. Back to White. 5 to shoot. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Milwaukee with the ball. Robertson passes Dandridge. Number 33. A second chance effort. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Celtics trail by 6. Outside Williams. Passes it to Morgan. Number 29. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, the Bucks were the last team to make it into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and part of the reason that happened was because they didn't really do well against the rest of the conference. 24 and 28 against the East.
Clark, as you were saying, the rest of the Eastern Conference got the better of the Bucks. Had they been a little tougher against some of the lesser teams in their own conference, they might not have had to deal with the heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade at midseason, too, going for J.J. Redick and moving on from some of their young players. And I think that changed. And, of course, the coaching switch from Scott Skiles to Jim Boylan. So they lost some of their momentum.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
Now, here is Webb. Excellent defense there from Morgan.
You know, his finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
Nice shot by Smith. Here's Webb. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the first. And back to Minnesota. They were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
Williams with the ball. He passes to Morgan. Nelson with a screen on Webb. Williams passes to Morgan. 5 on the clock. Number 29. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. He kicks it to Webb. The feed now to Smith. Dishes it to Allen. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Ball stolen. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
The Celtics have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And the first one at the line is good. Boston making a switch here. And he can't hit the second. And here is Allen. Unloads. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bucks lead by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Boy, the offense has been so smooth. Everybody working together, and you can tell they're getting good shots pretty much every time down.
Yeah, they're a well-oiled machine there. I mean, they keep the ball moving, they keep themselves moving, and as a result, they're piling up the points.
Celtics trail by 3. Outside Williams. He feeds it to Sanders. Havlicek outside. 14 feet away. That's good on the jump shot. Havlicek's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Celtics. Back to Smith. Number 33, snatched away. From 12 feet out. No good. Boozer with the defensive effort. Number 33. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. He has 6.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Now here's Williams. Feeds to Sanders. Inside, and he bangs it home with one hand. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark. He is just so good from that range, guys.
You know, never mind with the height advantage he had there.
Havlicek outside. Back to Williams. Havlicek outside. Stolen. Havlicek against Dandridge. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Well, you know, last season, I think officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
Now, here is Havlicek. Deflects the pass. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, and very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but, you know, not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past. But look, they've hoisted a championship banner, very close to another. But it's just time to move on, and that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won the title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable. But last year seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve, even though there was, it seemed, a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
He hits both from the stripe.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
Now here's Robertson. Pass to Dandridge. Some solid defensive work there from Havlicek. Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them. But many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the fourth quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team. And that's exactly what they did.
And the Bucks with possession here. John Havlicek unable to get his shot to go. And again, the Bucks miss. Outside, White. Back to Havlicek. Now the dish to White. Back to Havlicek. Number 12, covered by Robertson. Kept alive, Cowens. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
Well, they were very pleased with their free throw numbers a year ago. They knocked down about 79% from the stripe as a team.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Milwaukee with the ball. The pass to Andrew. Number 33. They get it back. Pass to McLaughlin. Robertson. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. He's got 10.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Celtics trail by 3. Havlicek outside. Number 12. He's guarded by McLaughlin. Clock is at 3. Here's White. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Number 12, covered by Robertson. Robertson with the steal. Dandridge against White. Dandridge passes to Robertson. Here's Dandridge. Bucks passing it around. Number 33. That one a little long.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
He dishes it to Havlicek. There's a good screen. Tries again. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Smith checked in for Boston. That one drops. He ties it up. Here's Robertson. Passes it to McLaughlin. Here's Dandridge. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. Dandridge has got 6.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
There's a minute 47 left in the first half. Dandridge against Havlicek. Smith kicks to Havlicek. Shot clock at 6. Excellent D there from Dandridge.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Boston had a multitude of problems last season, but the one that seemed to be the most prevalent was the inability to score down the stretch of games. I mean, they were one of the worst teams in the league when it came to scoring in the fourth quarter.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
And you think of Boston, and you think of all the storied players that have put on the green, all of them so clutch, Steve, when the game was on the line, but that was the opposite for last year's Celtics.
It was, Kevin. It seemed like their scoring dropped off considerably in the fourth quarter. And a lot of that was just without Rondo after the injury. They couldn't generate offense individually. They had to rely on their ball movement. And as you know, defenses toughen up in the fourth quarter and down the stretches of games.
Here's Allen after the made shot from Smith. To the paint. McLaughlin. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Things have changed a little bit here in the second quarter, guys, and we're seeing them start to convert a lot of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coach has to be happy about this. I mean, the hustle underneath is paying off in a big way.
Back to White. Smith right side from 11 feet away. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Smith's got 4 this quarter. Bucks leading by 3. Robertson outside. He passes to McLaughlin. Makes it off the glass. McLaughlin's got his first basket. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of basketball. No good on the buzzer beater. Second quarter ends in a tight one. The Bucks on top. They're up by 5. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thursday is always a great night for basketball on 2K Sports, so let's look back at first half action. The Bucks looking good at the midway point. Never a big surprise to see them light up a scoreboard, and for the fans, it never gets dull. Bob Dandridge making a big contribution. After 2, he's got 6 points and has looked very good defensively, playing hard-nosed ball out there. And the Celtics still keeping at it. They've gotten a tremendous boost from their reserves, going to them early in the game for production. John Havlicek leads them in scoring. He's got 7 points, and he's been making some nice contributions on the glass, too. And that'll do it for us here in the studio. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the game.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. And the Celtics with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Havlicek left side. Baseline J on the way. Jump shot is good that time. Havlicek's got the first points of the second half here for Boston. Bucks leading by 3. Doubled by White. Pass to Dandridge. Here is McLaughlin. The pass, Dandridge. Rebound, Boston. White with it, picked up by Robertson. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Back to Havlicek. To tie. They get it back. Collins. Another shot. Good D by Boozer.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. And they were right in his face.
Robertson drives in. Makes the lead pass. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. 15 points in the game.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now, here is Havlicek. He's got 9. Kicks it to Sanders. The feed to White. From 11 feet away, here's Collins, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Milwaukee making a switch here. Cunningham's checked in. And so it's Milwaukee with it. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Robertson outside. Dandridge covered by Havlicek. Dandridge passes to McLaughlin. Clock at 6. Here's Dandridge. The 3. That's good. And now an 8-point Bucks lead.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
The Celtics making a switch here. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Now White. Nelson left side. Rejected by Cunningham.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Here's Robertson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. The free throw drops for Robertson. And the Celtics making a change here. Both free throws good from Robertson.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Now here's Williams. Back to Smith. Backing him down. Looking to end the run.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Robertson dishes to Allen. Dandridge. And the rejection by Smith. That's good. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Outside Williams. Taken away. Robertson against Williams. Robertson kicks to Allen. Robertson outside. Past Dandridge. Just 4 to shoot. From 13, he squares up and sinks it. Dandridge has got 11 points.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tipped away. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. McLaughlin's checked in for the Bucks. So it's the Celtics now. They trail by 14. Count that one. He's got 9.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Doubled by Nelson. Passes it to McLaughlin. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Webb. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 14.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Outside Williams. He kicks it to Nelson. Back to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Number 33, using his post moves to get the 2 points. He's got 19. Celtics trail by 14. And here is Williams. Tipped. Havlicek kicks to Williams. 6 to shoot. Back to Havlicek. Good D by Webb.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Shoots from 8. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And a new group in for the Celtics. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. 1:41 left to play here in the third. Sanders passes to White. Dishes to Havlicek. He's guarded by McLaughlin. 4 on the shot clock.
Kevin, defensively, they're giving a better effort here in the second half. I mean, they seem to be settled down. They're communicating. They're working together. And that allows you to play good D.
And the Bucks with possession here. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. 1:06 left here in the third quarter. From deep three-point range, Havlicek with the rebound. Havlicek's got his 5th rebound in this one. Looking to get it going. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
How about the game Havlicek's been having? He has 9 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in.
That free throw, no good. And the Celtics making a change here. And he's good on the second. Here's Robertson. He has 6. Pass to Dandridge. Tries the hook. And that one's good. He's got 21.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Celtics trail by 15. Number 12, covered by Robertson. He feeds it to Havlicek. White uses the glass that time, and it's good. White's got his second bucket of the night. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Number 33, covered by Smith. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Smith, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls up. That one wide left. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bucks lead by 13. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, rebounding and second chance opportunities have been a huge factor in this game.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Bucks leading by 13. Allen passes Dandridge. There's the pick. Feeds it to Robertson. He passes Dandridge. Lets it fly from 18. And Boston with the rebound.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Back to White. That one goes. Counter. White's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Celtics. The Bucks shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Back to Allen. Doubled by White. Lock at 6. Robertson passes Dandridge. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, even from here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the officials.
That free throw good from Dandridge. The Celtics making a switch here. Both free throws good from Dandridge.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
And so it's Boston with it. It's a 13-point game. Down low, number 11. Hoosier with the defensive effort. Now Robertson. Dandridge rejected by Havlicek. Number 11, covered by Robertson. The dish to White. Dandridge pulls it in.
Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And good on the basket. Book it. Dandridge has got 9 points now in just the second half. Celtics trail by 15. Outside, White. Back to Havlicek. Havlicek right side. Shoots from the baseline. No good. Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Allen dishes to Robertson. Allen kicks to Boozer. And the Bucks lead by 17. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. John Havlicek on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's good from Havlicek. McLaughlin's checked in for Allen. Both free throws good from Havlicek. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to McLaughlin. Pass to Andrews. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Robertson. Lets it go. And it's White with the rebound. Celtics trail by 15. Here's Havlicek. And the shot is long.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Number 33. That's good. And Robertson with the assist. Robertson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Robertson against White. Gives him the lead pass. Good.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
Here is McLaughlin. Kicks it to Robertson. Pass to McLaughlin. Back to Robertson. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Pass to Dandridge. Clock at 4. Floats one up. And Boston with the rebound. Havlicek's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Number 12. Dandridge pulls it in.
That's one he knows he should have made.
And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up. And so it's Milwaukee now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Bucks said to his team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
Boston on D. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Celtics trail by 12. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And they're doing a better job now taking care of the basketball than they did earlier. Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
McLaughlin, the pass to Boozer. Banked in off the glass. Boozer's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
You know, during the season before last, the Bucks' problem had been offense. They just couldn't put up points consistently, and even when their defense would hold up, they would simply get outgunned by teams. They decided to change that by trying to be more of a transition team last year.
Number 12. He's guarded by McLaughlin. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Robertson drives in. He passes it to McLaughlin. Back to Robertson. Clock at 6. The 9-foot shot. And he connects with the jumper. And the Bucks lead by 14. And back to the Bucks actually led the entire Eastern Conference in pace and were third overall in the NBA. Steve, only teams that were ahead of them were the Rockets and Nuggets, two teams you always think of running.
Well, it makes sense for the Bucks to have played that style last year. You had that backcourt of Ellis and Jennings, a lot of speed and quickness. They later added J.J. Redick, so you had shooting. So they had to play fast. It made some sense, but in the end, you know, they've made some changes in the offseason, and they're looking to get better.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
Sanders checked in for the Celtics. Celtics trail by 12. Number 12. He's guarded by McLaughlin. Here's White. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. You get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And that one falls for White. Here is McLaughlin. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter of this one. White against Dandridge. Number 12. And Boozer with the block. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Now a timeout called by Boston. They trail by 9. 1:19 left to play here in the fourth. And there's the feed to White. Here's Cowens. Leans inside. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
I tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting. Doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Now here's Robertson. Number 33. Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
White against Robertson. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a three-point play chance here. And a new group in for the Celtics. The free throw drops for Robertson. The Celtics have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Here's Williams. The shot will not go. Some solid defense from Cunningham. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. He kicks it to Robertson. Dishes it to Webb. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And the Bucks making a change here. "15 seconds left in the fourth. Number 29. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for joining us tonight in our presentation of NBA on 2K Sports. Now our Jordan Player of the Game.